How's it going, everyone? So I wanted to get your guys and gals' opinion on an article that I came across, and because my iPhone is doing the recording right now, I can't pull it up, so I went old school and actually printed the article. I'm not going to read everything because I just want to get right to the point. It's on tipping in general, and I did want to talk about that. And the article is titled "Twitter is extremely unhappy with this tipping trick that shorts waiters' money." The article reads, and it's pretty short. I'm going to condense it. We're always looking for ways to save money, but not at the expense of other people. And Twitter is decidedly not happy with the viral video that offers a simple money-saving tipping trick that basically just amounts to tipping less. In the recently resurfaced clip, CNBC claims this life hack could save you over $400 a year. Cool, except it encourages good tippers, those who generally tip 20%, to give their services less money based on a technicality. A reporter, Zach Guzman, calls tipping a seemingly insignificant decision that can add up over time, which could save you over $400 without looking cheap. He said that instead of moving the decimal point and then doubling the bill, which gives you roughly 20%, he advises doubling the tax amount, which gets you around 16 to 18%. And a bunch of people got kind of pissed off at this guy, saying that you're shortchanging these servers. And then there's been some outrage. So I did want to actually talk about tipping. It had crossed my mind even before this article. So basically, in the example they use, and I'll try to link the article if you want me to, they use the example of a $100 tab with a tax of $8.88. So what this guy is saying is, instead of moving the decimal point over on the total, which some people do, which I actually don't do, but so if it's $100, he's saying a lot of people just move the decimal point over one to the left, and that would be $10. And then if you double that, that's $20. $20 tip on a $100 bill is 20%. He's saying just double the tax roughly, and you'll save a few dollars. So in this example, that $8.88 tax on the $100 bill, if you multiply that by 2, 8 times 2 is 16 and some change, so it's about 17 and change percent tip. So you're not completely stiffing the waiter or waitress, but you are shy, give or take, 2%. So this caused some outrage. So what's my quick opinion on this? I don't know. Like, I've always believed that tipping. I do believe in tipping if there's good service. Now, I don't consider myself cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, I don't believe that. There's some people that just say I tip regardless, but me, there have been times when situations and instances in which the server just didn't put in any effort whatsoever. Now, whether they're having a bad day, whether they're just going through a rough time, I mean, I don't mean to be a dick, but that is not my problem. I go into a restaurant and sometimes service is crappy. A rude waiter or waitress. They don't even check up on you at least one time, fill up your water. You're constantly flagging them down. Now, playing devil's advocate, some people might say, well, why are you acting this way? Because what if this waiter or waitress is just waiting too many tables? What if they are hired and the business owner is trying to cut costs, and this one waitress is running around with like a chicken with their head cut off, and they can only do so much? So why are you not wanting to tip them? That is true, and I have seen that situation occur, but I'm pretty good at reading people, and it's all about the effort. So if I see, and I observe pretty well because I've been to a lot of restaurants and stuff, and if I were to see a waitress and she was to forget, filling up my water, this and that, that's fine. We all make mistakes. I don't expect it to be perfect. But if I see her making the effort, and she's, oh, I'm sorry, you can tell if the person's trying, but they're just having a hard time. And also, I have experienced some waiters, some servers that are training on the job, and then they're very polite and they say, yeah, it's my first week or my first couple days, or they have someone right beside them and they tell you, like, it's my first time, so try to be patient. That's completely fine. I have no problems with that. It's all about the effort. So this whole idea of we have to tip, I don't buy it. I really don't, because if you just tip and the person gives minimal effort, what's going to happen? That server is going to, it sends the message of, well, I could put minimum effort, I'm going to get money anyway, and it's going to make it worse for the future client, not the client, the future person eating at the restaurant. The other thing I want to say about tipping is I don't like how society decides that certain groups of workers in certain industries can't. It's required, not required, but it's frowned upon if you don't tip. So in this case, when you go to a restaurant, but as Mr. Pink said in Reservoir Dogs, he doesn't like the fact that we tip these people but don't tip these people. So let's think about the industries that I keep saying require, but at least in America, it's known that you should tip. And I have no problems with it if it's good service. Getting your hair cut, I tip very well if they do a good job. I tip very, very high on that. Getting food at any restaurant, got to tip. It's tipping right there. I'm trying to think what else. It's mostly in the food industry you tip. But then even within the food industry, there's certain things that you don't tip. So you go to McDonald's, any fast food, you don't tip there. Is it quite the same as a server at a restaurant? Well, probably not. There's probably some subtle differences, but still, I used to work fast food. I never was a server ever, but I did work fast food, and it was a lot of work. And I think I got tipped once. Like, I was mopping the floor at Taco Bell, and someone gave me $1. So I will tip if the service is good, but I'll also tip people in different industries that usually don't require or are not really popular with tipping. So when me and my wife go to on vacation or at a hotel with the cleaning service, some people don't tip. It's not even required. It's not even mandated. So I will put down some money right there. When we used to go to Sweet Tomatoes, it's kind of like a Fresh Choice. It's a soup and salad place. Those people that clean up, or even at just all you can eat buffets, those servers that have to clean up just all the dishes constantly, and the people coming in droves, and just tons of people, and just all these plates after plates after plates. I don't go to buffets very often, but those plates, those people don't get tip at all. It's not even, it's an afterthought. So if I observe, I've done that quite a few times. I've seen, they're bus boys, sorry. If the bus boy is bussing all these tables, that person's doing a lot of work, as opposed to the waitress who takes your order and then you don't even see them. You don't even see them after that. But when you want your bill, when they want to get the bill ready, then they're responsive. They're like, hey, now they're all attentive because they want to cash out. It's like, where were you before during the dining experience? But I digress. So at this Sweet Tomatoes place, the lady she had to bus all these tables. I think it was one of the assistant managers that had to do it. And I felt really bad, and I gave her like $5 or something, and she was very, you could tell, like, whoa, what I got a tip? So that's my 10-minute assessment on tipping. If you believe it's if you feel like you always tip, or if you don't, everyone's a little bit different. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. And I'm not a cheapskate, though. I'll put it that way. And that's my stylist dad. But I have had some really bad service where I got really pissed off, and I shafted a couple of businesses before. Um, that's just the way it goes, and it's my money. I do what I want with it, and that's it. Okay, bye.